I'm guilty of a lot of things in my life, but one of the worst is being a good listener. How do you plead to the charges brought before you regarding listening properly to your friends, loved ones, as well as educators of the past? Huh? What? I'm sorry, did you say something? Guilty! Okay, but I don't mean that as in I'm really bad at paying attention, as much as it's more that I realized I'm guilty of not being an active listener. When I would talk with people in the past, I would hear them, but only enough so that I could say my next line I was thinking about or progress the conversation into something I had on my mind. And yes, I understand that saying it out loud, how selfish that sounds. And I didn't mean to do it intentionally, it's just I naturally felt that that's how conversation flowed. As an example, I thought if someone started talking about their dog, it would be perfectly natural for me to start talking about my cat. But now, through the power of self-reflection and hindsight, I realized that the better thing to do would be to ask about, the dog they wanted to talk about in the first place. And look, I understand that some of you watching this are probably going to seem like, wow, you must be a lot of fun at parties. But, at least I'm trying, okay? It's funny, I feel like as a youth, I remember someone trying to explain this concept to me, but I'm going to be real with you, I don't think they did a good job. Because I don't remember who said it to me, but whoever it was, they came to me when I was a teenager and said something close to, "Are you actually listening or just listening to reply?" And the logic in my brain could not distinguish the difference. Aren't we supposed to reply when we listen? I'm doing what I'm supposed to. It would be awkward if I listened and didn't reply. But eventually, as an adult, I came to realize the weight of the words and even a better way to phrase it. Are you just waiting to reply, or can you listen and understand? And honestly, while I still struggle with this, because, when I get full steam into a conversation, I start branching and rabbit trailing and I go all over the place. So I'm pretty bad at leaving openings for other people to talk. I've realized that being an attentive listener has been beneficial to my life. It's strange. While my sweet, loving wife has been able to listen to my endless rabbit trails and tirades, it's only by her amazing ability to listen that I've ever been able to carry on, as I would get so lost down those tangents that I would forget what I was talking about in the first place.
So yeah, you got a dog? That's pretty cool, but I have cats. Dude, this one time, my cat was going crazy and it nearly knocked over my TV, which we had just replaced because the kids threw a toy at it and broke it. Like the kids were playing, they got too crazy, started throwing their toys around and they broke the TV. But man, those TVs are so expensive. And then when you go shopping for TVs, you gotta find out, do you want the HDR TV or the OLED TV? And then how much money you even gonna spend? They're so expensive these days. Anyway, what were we even talking about again?
But now, I've made active strides to be better about listening and paying attention to others, genuinely understanding what they're saying and responding in course. Not only has this given the most obvious benefit of being a better friend and to help be more attentive to the others by, understanding them and not just hearing them, but even as an added bonus, I've actually gained the ability to focus better on my own stories and not lose track of the rabbit trail where I kind of go off. But I don't know if that's just some psychological or neurological aspect to it, but hey, now my poor wife doesn't have to act as my memory all the time. And listen, I'm sure that this doesn't apply to you, my dear viewer, because I know, as a matter of fact, the only people who watch my videos are slam dunks of people, radiant beams of incandescent light to those around them. But still, I wanted to talk about my struggles to anyone it might help, and more importantly, to my own kids, who currently seem to struggle with listening just a little bit. So thank you for watching this video, and I hope you learned something. Moral of this story, Dad? I hope you listen intently.